Hello, everyone, freelancers, virtual assistants, interns, and office warriors. I'm your Mommy Loy, founder of the Mommy Lounge, the remote works organization, 𝗝cie𝗶H business consultancy, and Loy Hesmundo VA services. And welcome back to the show, where we talk about the real side of remote work, entrepreneurship, and parenting. This episode is hot off the press. It just happened this morning. It's about this staff, one of my staff member, and how a single decision she made rippled across our team, our client, and my own mental bandwidth. But this isn't a mere rant. We will unpack why one person's attitude can shift an entire organization. Two, lessons for both the employees and the leaders. And lastly, practical steps toward a healthier, more empathetic working relationship. So grab your coffee and let's dive in. I run a fully remote agency with interns, contractors, and full time virtual assistants across several time zones. My Monday was smooth until I sent a Slack note. Team, we have an urgent deliverable today. Minutes later, ping, this staff messaged and said she cannot work for the day. I just found out I need to go to school. It was sent 42 minutes before her shift. My immediate thought, if you knew you had something, why only now? Yes, I saw she crossed out her slot in the shared schedule, but there was no explicit confirmation. Result, a domino of delays, redelegations, overtime, and honestly, stress not only for me, but for the whole team. So, this is the first story. There was an urgent task, a sudden absence, and the team scrambled. Frustration, the client pressure, it's compassion versus professionalism. Yes, there were previous pattern to this. 3-day radio silence due to seizures and hospitalizations, and medical proof came out late. So the key takeaway, communication gaps breed chaos even with talented staff. The second story is I would call the half hearted intern. Another intern, let's call her Mira, not her true name. She would finish or half finish her task for the day. When her shift ended, she would log out without checking if deliverables were complete. The team had to pick up the slack until we finally let her go. Unfair, right? But necessary to protect everyone else's workload. The third story is I would call it the promoted then resigned team leader. We will call her Ira. A close intern I promoted to team lead. Things were fine until I reduced her hours. It was a budget move, and I needed to hire my sister as specialized work. Instead of a conversation, she quit. No handover or no thank you. Yes, I think there was a handover, but there was no communication right after that. More so, it's more like there was a civil war. It's happening between us, a cold war. You can really feel the awkwardness, the strain in the relationship. My lesson there, entitlement versus collaboration. Even contractors must understand the broader business picture. If you're an employee or a virtual assistant, you might think, we're human. Life happens. True. But your boss is human too. feeding a family, juggling payroll, and chasing their own dreams. Business is like dominoes. One wrong timepiece topples the rest. So here's 5 mindset shifts for staff. 1. Notify, then negotiate. Okay, taken, emergencies happen. But make sure you give them, your leaders, heads up first. And if possible, give recommendation on how you would resolve your pending deliverables or assign deliverables for the day be managed. It could be you delegate it or you ask somebody else from your team to do it for you, or you cover some of your hours after you go on that emergencies. Second, document to protect. Sick note, hospital slip, those are necessary documentations. Even large companies ask for that. It's not a matter of distrust. It's more about you being an accountable employee or staff. It's accountability. 3. Finish or hand off. Cannot complete a task? Leave clear instructions and files. Turn over properly. Let your leaders know you're trying your best to put together the things that they need, and if you really cannot do it, propose ways on how you could manage to do it and still complete it. 4. Respect the ripple. Your pending tasks cascades into client deadlines and team stress. And lastly, act like a partner. Even you, as a contractor, act as if you co-own the project's success. Now, it's not only the staff, we should also remind our leaders, our bosses, our employers. Here's 3 guidelines for our leaders. 1. Crystal clear SOPs, attendance rules, notice periods, and proof requirements. Empathy with firmness. Understand personal issues but still address the gaps. And 3, contingency plans. To cross-train your other people in the team, have a succession planning, and have workload charts prevent single point failures. Be transparent to everyone. Before you hit clock out or direct message, ask yourself, if I were my boss, what would I need to know and when? Small habits save client relationships, keep colleagues sane, and build your reputation. If this episode stings a little, that's growth knocking into your heart, not guilt. Share your biggest takeaway, direct message me, or leave a comment. Leaders with similar stories, send a voice note. You could be my next guest on my podcast show. This is your Mommy Loy reminding you true professionals weigh the impact of every decision, not just on themselves, but on the entire team. Thanks for listening. Stay safe and catch you till next podcast episode. Bye for now.